So what are some of the things you're seeing CEOs do to either continue to build and drive growth or to prepare for growth as things begin to settle down a little bit, which they'll have to?
Yeah, it's such a good question. So there's probably three things. A big focus and no surprise is really creating that high performing culture, the foundation to any business. And that's really about aligning the client experience, branding, the employee experience and culture, and leadership, how you and your leaders lead. The second is really from a growth perspective, and the two areas I would highlight, several of the leaders in my group are revisiting their 5-year plan. What's that vision? And getting clarity on the market alignment, because it's not business as usual. They're relooking at their client needs and expectations. They're relooking at their own competencies and processes, and they're relooking at their competitive landscape. A great example of this is one of my members' competitors no longer provides the same service level for certain clients and has scaled back a number of their products. So this gap in the market provides a great opportunity for them. So they're now reevaluating who they should be targeting and who they want their clients to be. The second area under growth is really, it's kind of a big category, but it's clarity, execution, and accountability. So once they get clarity on that vision that I just mentioned, leaders are now looking to paint that picture. So everyone in the organization understands if they were to be successful in 5 years, what does that look like? And then it's about defining each person's role in getting there and buttoning up accountability. One member who is planning an event in 5 or 6 years knows what he wants that revenue to be in 5 or 6 years, but he needs to complete the picture of what the rest of the organization is going to look like. And only then can he step back and say, okay, what are the needs? What are the competencies need to support that targeted growth? And then determine in more detail the metrics, the KPIs, and a robust execution plan.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned the customers. Now, customers have changed. We saw a year ago this time that 78% of customers' buying behavior had changed as a result of the pandemic, and then most recently, 43% as a result of inflation. And yet you describe these remarkable stories of how leaders are repositioning or positioning their organization to capitalize on these gaps in the markets. Do you see this is going to continue, and where else can people exploit some of that?
I do think it's going to continue. I think the environment is just different, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, change is uncomfortable, but I think it is an opportunity to step back and say, are we doing the right things? Could we be doing something differently? Are there new markets we should be getting in? So I do look at it that it's a big opportunity, and it's something they need to continue to evaluate and question.
Well, there's no question that change is occurring more rapidly and more at greater levels of change than we've ever experienced. There's no reason to believe that's going to let up.